Have you ever wondered why the love you crave feels less like a warm, cozy blanket and more like a high-voltage fence that keeps shocking you every time you try to get close? You've done the work, haven't you? You've meditated until your legs went numb. You've journaled your childhood trauma into submission, and you've cleared your chakras more times than you've cleared your browser history. You are a powerhouse of spiritual energy, a chosen one sent here to break generational curses and heal bloodlines. So, by all cosmic logic, the universe should have FedExed you a partner who matches that frequency, a spiritual equal, someone who speaks fluent energy and wants to spend Friday nights decoding the mysteries of the universe with you. But that's not what happened, is it? Instead, you find yourself staring across the dinner table at someone who seems to be operating on a completely different operating system. Maybe they are hyperlogical, obsessed with the real world, or perhaps they are a total skeptic who thinks your crystals are just pretty rocks. Or worse, they are the runner, the one who pulls away the moment the connection gets deep, leaving you in a silence so loud it threatens to shatter your eardrums. It feels like a cosmic prank. You ask for a soulmate, and you get a brick wall. You ask for depth, and you get a void. Let's be honest, just between you and me, it's exhausting. You feel isolated, like the black sheep who is always too much for everyone, even the person you love most. But what if I told you that this mismatch isn't a mistake? What if the very things driving you crazy, their skepticism, their silence, their maddening grounding in the 3D matrix, are actually the most sophisticated spiritual tools designed specifically for your ascension? You see, beautiful soul, standard relationship advice doesn't apply to you. You are a high-velocity live wire. If the universe sent you another live wire, you wouldn't build a life, you'd burn the house down. To fly as high as you are destined to, you don't need another kite. You need an anchor. This is the secret that only the 1% of awakened souls ever truly grasp. The twin flame of a chosen one is rarely a mirror of your personality. They are a mirror of your power. They often appear as the system keeper, the embodiment of the status quo you are here to transcend. They are the resistance training for your soul. Just as a muscle needs gravity to grow, your spiritual authority needs their density to mature. They are the lightning rod to your lightning, the only structure capable of grounding your immense energy into the physical world so that you can actually manifest your mission rather than just dreaming about it. And that silence, that emotional void that triggers your deepest abandonment wounds, it isn't an absence of love. It is a vacuum of creation. By giving you nothing in the traditional codependent sense, they are forcing you to do the one thing you've been avoiding, sourcing your own light. They are the silent container, the safe harbor that waits for you to stop performing, stop fixing, and finally just be. So, before you send that angry text or spiral into another dark night of the soul, wondering why they just won't wake up, take a deep breath. You are not being rejected, you are being prepared for an empire. But here's the thing about empires, they aren't built in a day, and they certainly aren't built without signs. Once you stop fighting the current and accept the anchor, you might start noticing a very specific, recurring sequence of numbers appearing in the most impossible places, almost as if the universe is winking at you. Let's be honest for a second. Just between you and me, you didn't sign up for this level of confusion, did you? When you visualized your twin flame during those long, lonely nights where your soul felt like it was screaming for its other half, you probably pictured someone who gets it. You imagined a partner who speaks the language of energy, someone who would sit across from you in meditation, sharing a green smoothie and discussing the ascension symptoms of the Schumann resonance. You wanted a spiritual equal, a guru in tight jeans, someone who would float with you in the 5D clouds. And instead, the universe, in its infinite and sometimes frustratingly ironic wisdom, sent you a skeptic, a normie, a man or woman who seems so deeply embedded in the matrix that they might as well be an agent for it. They might be hyperlogical, obsessed with their career, rigidly traditional, or just completely baffled by your spiritual intensity. You talk about vibration, they talk about the stock market. You feel the weight of ancestral trauma. They ask if you remembered to change the oil in the car. It feels like a cosmic prank, doesn't it? It feels like you've been paired with your exact opposite, and not in a cute rom-com opposites attract way, but in a how on earth are we supposed to build a life together when we live in different dimensions way. But here's the truth that only the 1%, the true chosen ones, ever grasp. This is not a mistake. It is a safeguard. You see, beautiful soul, you are a chosen one. That isn't just a fancy label to make you feel special. It's a job description. You are a cycle breaker. You are here to dismantle old paradigms, to heal bloodlines, and to bring high-frequency light into a dense world. You are a high-voltage live wire. If you were to connect with another live wire, someone who is just as ethereal, just as ungrounded, and just as head in the clouds as you are, do you know what would happen? You'd burn the house down, or more likely, you would both float away into a fantasy bubble, achieving absolutely nothing in the real world. The universe loves you too much to let you be useless. So, it sends you an anchor. Think of your twin flame not as the person who fuels your flight, but as the one holding the string of your kite. The higher you fly, the stronger the tension on the string must be. If they were light and airy like you, you'd drift off into space, lost in the void of potentiality, but never manifesting reality. This partner, this system keeper, is designed to be the heavy, dense gravity that forces you to integrate your spirituality into the physical body. They are the resistance training for your soul. You know how muscles only grow when they work against gravity. Your spiritual authority only matures when it can stand tall in the face of skepticism. It's easy to be spiritual in a yoga studio, surrounded by incense and people who agree with you. It is infinitely harder and more masterful to maintain your vibration at a dinner table with a partner who challenges your logic. This is the system keeper paradox. Your twin flame often embodies the very structures you are here to transcend. They represent the logic, the rules, the 3D reality. Why? Because you cannot heal what you run from. You cannot transcend the matrix by rejecting it. You have to love it. Your partner is the personification of the world you are trying to save. By loving them, in their stubbornness, in their rigidness, in their refusal to believe in anything they can't touch. You are learning to love the densest parts of humanity. You are bridging the gap between heaven and earth. You are the lightning. They are the lightning rod. Without them, your energy has nowhere to land. Let me give you an analogy that might change how you see them tonight. Imagine you are a deep-sea diver, the spiritual explorer. You dive into the depths of the emotional ocean, retrieving pearls of wisdom, healing ancient wounds. Your partner, they are the guy on the boat. They aren't getting wet. They are checking the oxygen gauges. They are watching the horizon for storms. They are keeping the boat steady. If you come up from the depths and scream at them, "Why aren't you down here with me? Why don't you understand how cold the water is?" You are missing the point. If they were down there with you, who would pull you up? They provide the container, the safety, the logic, the structure, and frankly, the reality check you often need. Because let's admit it, sometimes we chosen ones get a little lost in our own sauce. We can become unmoored. We mistake paranoia for intuition. We mistake trauma responses for psychic hits. A grounded, logical twin flame is the ultimate mirror. When you are truly aligned, their skepticism won't trigger you. It will just be background noise. If their doubt shakes you, it means you aren't fully solid in your truth yet. They are doing you a favor. They are showing you exactly where your faith is still fragile. It's brutal. I know. I know how lonely it feels when you want to share a revelation about a past life, and they just look at you and say, "That's nice, honey, but what's for dinner?" It feels like a rejection of your soul. But flip the script. Look closer. Are they actually rejecting you, or are they inviting you to be present here, in the now? Are they pulling you out of the trauma vortex and reminding you that you have a body, a life, and a moment to enjoy right in front of you? There is a divine humor in this. The universe is essentially saying, "You want to be a master of energy? Great. Here is the most stubborn, unmovable rock I could find. Try to shine your light so brightly that you warm up this rock without trying to smash it with a hammer." That is the mission. To find the divinity in the ordinary. To find the sacred in the skeptic. Because eventually, and this is the part that brings hope, the sheer consistency of your love, the undeniable reality of your change, begins to crack their shell. They don't change because you preached to them. They change because they watch you. They see you becoming magnetic, peaceful, and powerful. Logic cannot deny results. And when a system keeper finally awakens, oh my friend, they don't just wake up. They become the most powerful architects of the new world because they know how to build things that last. So stop looking for a guru. You are the guru. Look for the rock. Look for the one who triggers your need for validation and forces you to source it from God instead. That's the twin flame of a chosen one. But there is another layer to this, something even more perplexing. Once you accept that they are the anchor to your kite, you will start to notice something strange about their emotional availability. It's not just that they are logical, it's that they seem to be a black hole where you expected a fountain. This brings us to the second, more dangerous realization, the mystery of the void. Do you have the courage to look into the mirror that reflects absolutely nothing back to you. So, you're standing at the edge of a cliff, screaming your heart out into the vastness, pouring your most vulnerable truths into the ether, waiting for an echo, a sign, a whisper, anything. And what do you get back? Silence. Absolute, deafening, maddening silence. This brings us to the second, and frankly, the most terrifying realization for a chosen one. Your twin flame often shows up not as a lover who showers you with poetry and validation, but as a void. A blank screen, a seemingly empty room. And if you are like 99% of the empaths, healers, and fixers I've worked with, this silence feels like death. It feels like abandonment. It triggers that ancient, dusty wound in your chest that screams, I'm not enough. If I were enough, they would respond. If I were worthy, they would fight for me. But listen to me closely, because I need you to flip this narrative on its head right now. You, my beautiful, over-functioning soul, are an alchemist of the highest order. You have spent lifetimes, literally lifetimes, transmuting other people's pain. You are the family therapist, the unpaid shaman, the emotional janitor who walks into a room, senses the heavy energy, and instinctively starts cleaning it up. You are addicted to giving. You equate love with labor. You think love is something you earn by being useful, by being spiritual, by being the light. So, what does the universe do? It sends you the one person on this planet who cannot be fixed. It sends you a partner who refuses to play the game of, I have a problem, you solve it, and then I give you validation cookies. They present as a void. They might be emotionally stoic, unreadable, or they might physically retreat just when things get deep. You pour your love into them, and it's like pouring water into a black hole. It disappears. No splash, no ripple, just gone. Why? Is the universe cruel? No. The universe is surgical. This void is not an absence of love. It is a vacuum of creation. Think about physics for a second. Nature abhors a vacuum. When a space is empty, it creates a powerful suction. By giving you nothing in the traditional egoic sense, no constant reassurance, no trauma bonding drama, no codependent hooks, your twin flame is forcing you to do the one thing you are terrified to do: source your own light. They are the 0 point field. Imagine you are a flashlight, constantly shining on others to make sure they are okay. You shine on your mom, your friends, your clients. You shine on your twin. You say, look how bright I am. Love me. And the twin stands there, absorbing the light but reflecting nothing back. Eventually, your batteries die. You collapse. You get angry. You cry on the bathroom floor, asking why you are always the one giving. And in that moment of total exhaustion, in that dark night of the soul, where the twin's silence has stripped you of your last defense mechanism, you stop shining out. You turn the light in. You realize with a sudden, jolting clarity that the emptiness you feel isn't coming from them. It's coming from you. They are just the mirror showing you the empty cup you've been trying to fill with other people's approval. This is the void reflection. It is the ultimate act of love. They are holding the space so wide, so deep, and so empty that you have no choice but to fill it with your own divine essence. They are refusing to be your crutch so that you can learn to walk as a sovereign being. It's ironic, isn't it? we beg for a soulmate who completes us, but a chosen one doesn't need completion. They need deprogramming. You need to unlearn the lie that you are only valuable when you are suffering for love. And you know what? There is a profound freedom in this void once you stop fearing it. Think about a cathedral. What makes it holy? Is it the walls, the stone? No. It is the vast, empty space inside that allows the choir's voice to resonate. It is the emptiness that holds the sacred. Your twin flame is that cathedral. Their silence is not a rejection, it is a container. They are the silent witness to your becoming. When you finally stop screaming into the canyon and demanding it scream back, you can sit down at the edge and just be. You stop performing. You stop trying to heal them or wake them up, which, let's be honest, is just a spiritual way of trying to control them. You start tending to your own garden. You start falling in love with your own silence. And here is the miracle, the 1% secret that transforms this journey from a tragedy into a triumph. When you stop trying to extract love from the void and instead start radiating love into it without expectation, the dynamic shifts. The vacuum fills, the void transforms into a safe harbor. Because they are not reactive, because they are not easily swayed by emotion, because they are that system keeper we talked about earlier, they become the safest place for you to land. Their stoicism becomes stability. Their silence becomes peace. You realize that while you are the storm, chaotic, beautiful, transformative, they are the shore. The shore doesn't scream at the waves. It just holds them. You've been running from their silence because it reminded you of your loneliness. But when you heal the loneliness within yourself, their silence starts to feel like the most luxurious thing in the world. It feels like rest. It feels like home. You realize they aren't ignoring you. They are letting you rest from your lifetime of overfunctioning. They are the only person with whom you don't have to do anything. So take a deep breath. Release the tension in your jaw. Stop checking your phone. The silence is not a punishment. It is an invitation to meet yourself. But once you've mastered the anchor and embraced the void, once you've stopped chasing and started being, what happens next? What happens when the chosen one finally steps fully into their power and the twin flame dynamic unlocks its final, most explosive purpose? Because, believe it or not, this was never just about romance. This was about a mission so big, it requires two people to hold the frequency. Are you ready to see what you were actually built for? Let's zoom out for a moment, shall we? Take a step back from the text messages you're overanalyzing and the astrological transits you've memorized. If we are being brutally honest, and I think we've reached that level of intimacy, you and I, you didn't incarnate during the most volatile, chaotic, and transformative shift in human history just to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You didn't sign up for this grueling spiritual boot camp just so you could have someone to watch Netflix with on Friday nights. That's the white picket fence dream, and frankly, it's too small for a soul of your voltage. The ultimate truth, the one that changes everything when it finally clicks in your heart, is that this connection was never about romance. It was always about empire. Not an empire of money or greed, but an empire of consciousness. The twin flame of a chosen one is not a destination. They are a battery pack. Think about a violin. You are the string, taut, sensitive, ready to vibrate with the music of the spheres. Your partner, they are the bow. Without the friction of the bow, without that pressure, that resistance, that steady, unyielding movement across your soul, you're just a silent wire. But with them, you make music that can heal a generation. The friction isn't a malfunction, it's the mechanism of creation. You have been looking at the friction as a sign that things are wrong. But what if it's the exact sign that things are right? You see, when two people of this magnitude come together, the universe isn't interested in your happily ever after. The universe is interested in the third energy. This is the energy that is created between you. It is a distinct, living entity. It is the business you will start, the community you will build, the art you will create, or the simple, radiant frequency of unified peace you will broadcast into a world that is addicted to conflict. You are being asked to shift your focus from the runner to the mission. Here is the paradox that will set you free. The moment you stop chasing the person and start chasing the mission, the dynamic flips. Why? Because a chosen one in their full power is the most magnetic force in the cosmos. When you are crying on the floor, begging for crumbs of affection, you are vibrating at the frequency of lack, and your partner, being your perfect mirror, reflects that lack back to you by staying away. But when you stand up, wipe your face, and say, "Okay, if you aren't ready to run with me, I'm going to run alone. I have a world to heal." Something shifts in the ether. You become a sovereign sun, and planets always orbit the sun. They have no choice. It's gravitational law. So, this is your call to arms. Beautiful warrior, stop waiting for permission to be great. Stop waiting for them to wake up so you can start your life. Your life is happening now. The irony is, the version of you that they are destined to fall in love with is the version of you that doesn't need them to survive. It is attainable. It is real. I have seen it happen more times than I can count. The skeptic softens. The walls come down. But it never happens because the chosen one begged. It happens because the chosen one ascended. You are building a new earth. You are the architect. They are the engineer. You have the vision. They have the blueprints. You might speak different languages right now, but you are working on the same building. Trust the timing of the construction. Trust that while you are expanding your spirit, they are quietly, secretly reinforcing the foundation so it can hold the weight of the glory that is coming. You are not being rejected. You are being prepared. So go do your work. Shine so bright that they have to wear shade just to look at you. Be the lighthouse, not the boat chasing the other boat. The lighthouse doesn't move. It stands tall, it shines, and the ships, they always find their way home. And speaking of home, have you ever wondered why, just as you finally let go, you start seeing that specific number sequence, the one you haven't seen in years, popping up in the most impossible places? It's not a coincidence. It's a knock on the door.